Happy Sunday, everyone. You may be receiving this after Sunday, but believe me, it is divinely timed. Nevertheless, this is House of NteKKah's SuperStar Sunday StarSeed read. Hello to all of my House of NteKKah family, 1111 Squad, all StarSeeds, Lightworkers, and Wayshowers. Thank you for coming in and tuning in today for this read, especially for you. I'm Kahtonna, owner and founder of House of NteKKah. This is for you if you're watching. Please share with someone as you feel called to. Please subscribe to this channel if you feel called to do that. Don't forget to click the thumbs up if you like it or the thumbs down if you don't. All comments are helpful in helping me to produce videos, especially for you. I like to begin this reading with some sage, some white sage medicine, sacred plant medicine to clear our energetic field, to clear the space, to ground us and protect us during this reading. You can do this daily to prepare you for the day, to clear you from the day, to clear you from the last minute. Come closer to the camera. And do inhale. And we give thanks to that medicine, the sacred plant of white sage. So now that we've cleared the space and prepared for this reading, let's get on with it. The decks that I use are listed below in the order shown. I'm not in any way affiliated with any of the decks. I do not receive any funds. These are simply decks that I use quite often and find to be very useful, and I enjoy a multitude of different types of decks to gain insight from. So the first one I like to start with is from the StarSeed Oracle. And this is the Cosmic Heart, saying devotion, potency, making your life a moving prayer. This is really a call to surrender to going with the flow. And going with flow is such a hard concept, especially in Western culture, the Western hemisphere, going with the flow, because we've been taught to fight. We've been taught to strive. We've been taught the struggle. So for someone to be told or advised to go with the flow is sometimes an insult or taken as an insult, but it's not meant this way at all. We have felt the effects of the current frenzy and activity and the false need to focus attention on all of these external factors. But this card is saying to turn inward. Instead of turning outward, turn your focus inward to the cosmic heart. You do not have to be on your knees in prayer. You can be a prayer. Instead of succumbing to anxiety, which is a sensation of, I imagine anxiety as the sensation of running so fast that you're going nowhere. Trying to move so fast that nothing is happening. So instead of that, succumb to the ease of your spirit. Anxiety makes you forget even what you were trying to do. Anxiety makes you forget even what you were worrying about. Instead, go with the flow. Allow you to process those worries with the flow. To process them and then focus on what you most care about. And that's really what this time is all about. Think about what seeds you're planting right now. Because if they are seeds of worry, if they're seeds of concern, if they're seeds of fear, if they're seeds of anxiety, they will bear the similar fruit of those things. And so is the same if you plant patience, if you plant joy, if you plant love, if you plant peace, if you plant hope. You will bear fruit of all those things. So that's really what this card is speaking to me about, to share with you all. The cosmic heart. And still from the StarSeed Oracle, it's deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. And this resonates for sure with me, being a Arcturian StarSeed myself. The physical and emotional healing is essential. This card is telling us to focus on healing in practical ways. As StarSeeds, we are aware of healing as a StarSeed. Healing on supernatural, subconscious, miracle, magical levels. We need to bring this down to earth. We need to be practical about it. Knowing that our bodies inherently know how to heal. We need to know this. This requires a state of being grounded, being on earth. We were sent here for a reason. We're supposed to heal here. We're supposed to incite healing here. This state of groundedness allows you to be in tune with what your earthly body is saying. So that means we need to listen. We need to listen to what our body is saying. We need to hear what our body is talking about. Tune into the cravings. These cravings happen for a reason. There may be a sudden impulse to be outside in the sun. That happens for a reason. There may be an onset of thirst for water that you never had before. That happens for a reason. A craving for salt happens for a reason. A craving for oranges happens for a reason. Listen, and you will be not led astray. Every cell in your body has a desire to preserve life. Every single cell. Begin to speak to your cells, and they will begin to speak to you, and they also will begin to respond. We cannot stress this enough. Our bodies know how to heal. Our bodies know how to protect us. Because we are given divine guidance. We're made miraculously from a divine plan from source. Hear this. From the animal spirit oracle, I've drawn the seahorse, and the seahorse saying to watch and to wait. A seahorse remains at a distance in times of turbulence. So what is it saying to us? The best thing right now is to keep calm and observe. The seahorse is asking you to observe, to step back, take a minute, and sit on the bleachers. This is how I imagine an observer, or how Spirit talks to me about being an observer. The sideline is where you actually see the game. Being a player in the game only provides the perspective as the player. Being on the sideline allows you to have perspective from all angles. And from the angle as an observer, you not only, as the observer and not the player, you will not only remain clear-headed, but you will know the truth. You will see all angles, and you will know the truth about what is really going on. So this card with the seahorse is asking us to watch and wait with patience. And what are we going to do in that meantime? With waiting and watching. And we have a card from the Numerology deck. We expect to have relationship change in this time of waiting and watching. Relationship to what? So this card is speaking to me as a relationship change with the world, a relationship change with ourselves, a relationship change with others as a whole, with humankind. It is asking for harmony. and the go with the flow during a cycle. And once again, cycles are normal throughout life. Cycles are required for transition. Cycles are required for change. And cycles happen over and over and over and over again. Change often comes, or most of the time comes, with some element of discomfort. An elephant too. But an element of discomfort. But overall, there's a requirement for flexibility, adaptability, and overall you know that all is well. Because we've done this before. We may have not done this exact situation, but we have gone through cycles. We have gone through transitions. We have gone through times of stress, trials, and tribulations. And what has happened? We have overcome. Also noted with this card is that the number 56 also reduces to the number of 11. The number 11, which happens to be the number for House of NteKKah, and one of my sacred numbers, my power numbers. And what House of NteKKah is the number 11 in Greek. But being reduced to the number 11, which is the master number for intuition, communication, and balance. Know how to balance communication received. So it's the media, from friends and family, from Facebook, from Instagram. Know how to balance that communication so you can also balance what you receive. What you communicate to yourself needs to be balanced. And this communication is filtered through what we allow to communicate to us. And what you communicate to others needs to be balanced. Because we're sharing our truths by what we communicate, which again is the color blue, the color of the throat chakra, authenticity, and truth. So make sure what you're speaking is true. And it strikes truth with your soul. Your soul knows. Your soul will ache. Your soul will cry out when you are not walking and speaking and living in your truth. From the Psychic Tarot, we have the Temptation card. So this card is saying, like, where's negative thinking or negative behavior tempting you to further disconnect from your spirit? The term coming up to me is why pray and worry. Doing both negates each other. Doing both neutralizes each other. Doing both makes the other not matter at all. So if you're going to worry, don't pray. And if you're going to pray, don't worry. Also pay attention to the things that you fall into in times of stress. You know, like, be cognizant of those things, such as eating, such as drinking, the things that have addictive behaviors, including people, medications, avoidance. Be in the moment enough to realize when something is getting out of control due to an external stressor. So be in that moment and maintain control, because you have control. The situations in life and the situation that's going on right now does not have control over you, but it can if you allow it. If you allow it. So temptation. And the next card from the Psychic Tarot, still following in line with what we just said, is with what was just spoken, is the solar plexus. A call to us to maintain control. Just stare into this card. Receive the light from this yellow, golden color, symbol of the solar plexus chakra. And allow it to activate your solar plexus, which lies in the belly. And ignite that fire so that you feel that sense of control and power and confidence over your own life. You have sovereignty over you. The solar plexus is the center of your power, life, willpower, confidence. Many have felt a loss of control. We're being asked to do things that are not normal in our everyday life, not considered normal in our everyday life. But even with the physical, what we quote unquote physical bondage, the power over your soul remains yours if you choose to. The solar plexus has the element of fire. It is the gut feeling that tells us when something is right or wrong. You need to trust it now. Trust. And falling in line with that solar plexus energy are 2 cards from the Crystal Wisdom mini inspiration deck of maintaining control and confidence and empowerment over your life. We have Sunstone, which is a stone of empowerment, saying, I am empowered in all areas of my life. And Libyan Gold Tektite, I manifest positive outcomes. So remember, you're a powerful co-creator. You are a powerful manifester. But you can manifest negativity if you choose to. So choose positive. You have a choice here. Empowerment and manifestation with the solar plexus. Inciting you to take control, take back the power, be confident, and know that you have a choice. So I drew these cards, 3 of them from the Good Tarot. One of them, the 7 of Fire, the 8 of Fire, and the Ace of Fire. And I want to show them all 3 together because they're all fire. And we just talked about the solar plexus, which is the element of fire. And fire is also an element that incites action, that incites passion, creativity, that empowers us to move, to get up, to be the light, to light the fire of others. So these are powerful to pull 3 of these together. The 7 of Fire, which corresponds to the 7 of Wands in the traditional tarot. Just saying that you are unstoppable. You are. If you believe it, you're unstoppable. Do not conform to the masses. You see this horse standing here, ready to run, on hind legs, ready to go. Position with the element of fire to do what he or she needs to do. And this is you. It doesn't matter how high the mountain is, how high the cliff is. It doesn't matter how much you have to balance, because you can do it. So trust that the solution will present itself. Your inner fire is becoming, your inner fire is beckoning you to take it back, to reignite it, to fuel it. So pay attention. The 7 of Fire. Then the Ace of Fire, the 8 of Fire. So you're ready, you're positioned. Are you ready for transformation? Yes, you are. Transformation is happening, whether you're ready or not. So maybe choose to transform so that you're not in the same spot you are a year from now. If you're asking for new things, you're asking for changes, then expect the change. Expect the transformation. So in the stillness of things that we were asked to do initially, you know, like with the seahorse, watch and wait, with the cellular changes, with the cosmic heart, like go with the flow. In that stillness of things, you're actually gaining momentum. You're gaining momentum for the change that is happening. so that you can progress, you can propel through this and come out on the other side with much more strength, clarity, peace, love, hope, and all of that. So just be ready. Just be ready to change. And the Ace of Fire. You are unlimited. We are unlimited. There's unlimited potential. And this is possible through transformation. But we must have connection to spirit. You have an imagination so powerful that it is able to rise above fear. So put it to use. Take the fire of your imagination and rise above everything else. Put it to use. So the element of fire is being called on with a passion. Your solar plexus here, solar plexus crystals, 3 cards from the tarot in fire or wands. You're being asked to actively take control and take power over your own life. So what are you going to do? Well, that's a good question. Let's talk about some meditation. So meditation, the meditation card from the Light Activation deck. The act of meditation itself is freeing. It allows you to go beyond fear to a state of peace. Now, if we focus on limitations, we can't move past them. So meditation neutralizes and resets your energy so you're able to progress. And we expect to progress through this. We expect to. If you do not expect to, that is a choice. But for those who expect to, you will progress through this and transform. And take this card in for a minute to see the body and the heart in the element of light. Once again, fire. Solar plexus, control, trust, willpower, confidence, and your soul. You've got this. In this last card, decided to draw a Mudra card. And this is the Prithvi Mudra. This card specifically, this mudra is for centering. And this particular mudra allows for reduction of stress, reduction of blood pressure, which a lot of the times increases in times of stress. It also strengthens digestion, and digestion is related to the solar plexus. Very interesting. So you see the red is also a color of the root chakra that keeps us, when it is activated, when it is clear, unblocked, it is the chakra that tells us we are safe in this world, we're safe and secure. And it is the chakra that, as well as the solar plexus chakra, that I believe has been attacked in this time and space, especially with the coronavirus, telling us the falseness of not being safe here, not being secure, not being certain about living. So this mudra, it is coming up, is very important in this time. And this is the picture of how you are to do the mudra. And it's basically taking the ring finger and your thumb, like so. Stretch your fingers out, palms out, Stretch your fingers all the way out. Touch them together. There are nerve endings at the tips of your fingers. And each finger corresponds to certain elements, also certain meridian lines that will activate channels in the body to release things. In this particular case, a release of stress. So use this in your meditation. Then you can lie your hands on your thighs, in your lap, or where have you, with your palms up and hands outstretched like this, and meditate for some time. So, Prithivi Mudra. I am present in my body. I am perfectly centered. I am ready to receive peace. I am ready to be peace. I am ready to give peace. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Then the last cards from the StarSeed's mini inspiration deck, just reiterating what we just talked about. Meditation. Take a moment to connect to Source, God, or whatever you decide to call Source or God, through quiet, reflective meditation. So go within, so it may change your actions without. Stillness. Although we're calling in an element of fire, but this element of fire is within ourselves, that we should reflect on this fire in ourselves, reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion within us, and heal within us, and activate things within us so that it is emanated on the outside, and then therefore affects others. This is about healing the world. So healing yourself first. Put on your oxygen mask first before you try to help someone else. And patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. You can't rush this. Yes, it would be nice if it were over, but be patient and allow destiny to unfold. There's divine timing in this. Trust and believe. Go with the flow. With the cosmic heart, knowing that deep cellular healing is waiting. The cosmic heart. Make your life a moving prayer. Knowing that deep cellular healing is waiting for you to activate it. We should watch and wait, as the seahorse spirit tells us, as the observer on the bleachers and not as the player in the game. Expect relationship changes, not only with others, but with yourself and with your relationship with the world. Do not be tempted in this time. Do not be tempted to fall into a pattern of negative thinking. Do not be tempted to fall in a pattern of addictive behaviors because of the stress, because of the worries and concerns. Be aware. Take control. Take control of your life, of your soul, of your destiny. You are the captain of your ship. And then the two stones, NteKKah and Sunstone, to reiterate that solar plexus and that element of control, willpower. The three cards from the tarot, the Seven of Fire, Eight of Fire, and Ace of Fire. Element of fire, again related to the solar plexus, and inciting us to action about ourselves, so that we can incite action in others, incite a state of peace and love. How do we do this? With meditation. We're working on ourselves. We're taking this time to work on ourselves so that we can change the external world. Make sure that we're grounded and centered with use of the mudra, the Prithivi mudra, and other ways to ground too. Getting outside, getting some sunshine, drinking water, eating good food, grounding stones, hugging a tree, all those things. I'd like to thank you for watching this Superstar Sunday Starseed Read with House of NteKKah. I'm Kahtonna, owner and founder. It is a pleasure to do this in this time and space where there is no time and no space. I have enjoyed this immensely. And as always, be the light and be contagious. Thank you.